Hey guys, Rachele here with Amethyst Ascension, and I wanted to do a brief video on deck modifications. Really I was inspired by Simon over at Hermit's Cave. Jeez, brain fart. Okay, so anyways, he really just said, really go for it, and showing some of his, and I was like, man, I really want to do that. So you guys had seen previously that I had just edged a couple of them, and I cut down the Druid Craft. So I wanted to show you a couple other ones that I did. Starting with this one, the Moonology Oracle cards. These are all Oracle cards. I went through and grabbed my pile of Oracle cards. And these were just really, I just lined them in black, which I think I'm going to go over them one more time in the black, just because I can still see a little bit of white coming through there. But yeah, and I think it just makes it look so much better. So I did that one. Now the things that I used, I did not use scissors because I just did not trust myself to use scissors. So I used this, Fiskars. It's perfect for doing decks. It's just small. I mean, you can see, not much larger than a deck, right? So, and then I use this for my corners. The Kodamaru Pro. We were in one of the chats, and I had mentioned in one of them that I was still looking for a corner cutter, and somebody had put this link through Amazon on there for this particular item, so I immediately snatched it up. So then I also did Magical Times Empowerment cards, and I think these turned out fabulous. You can see the backs. Here's the fronts. So I decided to do like a turquoise color. I thought it turned out friggin' awesome. I'm really excited to show you a couple that I did. I'll get to those though. I'll just put these back. So I also did the Spirit Animal Oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed. And I also did these like in a teal or a turquoise. And that's the backs. Doesn't that look friggin' awesome? I mean, it's just a small little change, but oh my gosh, it makes a huge impact. And these are already at the edge. So, I mean, I love these cards. So I thought that the turquoise really, really just made it pop. Just made an already awesome set of cards that much better. And then the next ones that I want to show you are the Mystical Wisdom card deck. And these also go all the way to the edge. The pictures do, although there's stuff down below. And that's the backs. So I decided to do these in like a purple. Is that not friggin' awesome? Just that little change made such a huge difference. And I bought a pack of, I think it had purple, a couple of different greens, a red, a blue, a couple of different blues actually, a black, or maybe it didn't have a black. I think it did have a black. But set of Sharpie chisel tip markers. And another one I did was the Oracle of Visions by Cyril Marchetti. Let me show you how that turned out. These were already black. I decided not to cut these down because I really don't think that that's too bad. And there's that. So I just did black. Black seemed the obvious choice, but I love how it's changed it. So I was happy with how that turned out. And then another one I did was the Isis Oracle by Lana Fairchild. So I didn't want to do gold because the only gold that I have is like the kind that you got to push down on the edge. I could not find any chisel tip, so I didn't want to mess with it. But a lot of these cards really do have orangey, burnt orange, and yellows and golds and, you know, colors that you would think of when you think of Egypt. So I thought orange. Yeah, orange came in that packet as well. And I thought it just looked so awesome. I like a little bit of contrast sometimes. I think it's gorgeous. And there's so much, if I fan this out, you can see all of the orangey colors that are in these cards. So I'm glad that I didn't go with gold. I think gold would have been too much. Well, maybe not, but I do love the orange. I'm very happy with that choice. I love those cards. And then, here's the two that I was really anxious to show you. And I'm going to put up in the corner here a little, what do you call them? Little card pointing to the original unboxing for this so that you can see that these had big edges. So not only did I do the purple on them, but I cut them all down so that there was no more edge on these. No more borders. If I can find the right word. Jeez, oh Pete. It's still early here. But these look so much different because they have the edges off of them, because they have the borders off of them. I'm just in love with these cards. I already loved them, but now they're just magnificent. I highly suggest doing it. And you know what? These were really easy because once you look at the other video, you'll see that there was a line all the way around the front and the back. So, I mean, it's like pretty much your guide saying, cut me, cut me. But yeah, I was so pleased with the way these turned out. Look at that. And so much easier for my reach now, my short fingers. Now I have no problem shuffling these. Because these had quite a large edge on them. But yes. So if you want to see a before and after, definitely check out that video. And like I said, I will post it up at the top here. Put a little card with a link to that video. And these I am so pleased with. The Fairy Oracle. The Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle. Which, by the way, I also sell on my website. As well as the Oracle of Mermaids and the Isis. And the Oracle of Visions. Anywho, moving on. So, this is how, these also had a border. These were white around there, and then another border that was like a tan color. And so, I edged them in a purple. And I will also put a card up in the corner for the original unboxing video for these, showing the before, and now you can see the after. And these actually I cut even shorter because it looks like I need to cut that one down just a little bit. But I cut these a little bit shorter because they had numbers on them. And I was like, well, how difficult is it to find them in the book? So it has the names for each of them, if you even need to go back, because there's keywords in all of these down at the bottom. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of that, get rid of the number, cut them all down, and then edge them. And I am so happy with the results. And yet again, the perfect size for my short, stubby fingers. But, I mean, it's all picture. Look at that. I love this stack. Look at that. Mother and daughter. Follow me. So yeah, I'm so pleased with how everything turned out. Simon, thank you for encouraging me and not even realizing that that's what you were doing. You were just being yourself and, you know, showing everybody what you've done, but it definitely inspired me. And so I took the plunge and went out and did a lot of my, you know, cards. And I'm so pleased that, you know, that they're different. And it's like renewed my love for the deck because of how different they look. Not just that. Another thing to consider, when you're doing these modifications and the time that you take with each one of them, you are putting all new, especially if you're using intentions, you know, but even beyond that, you're putting your energy into that deck again, like reigniting it with your energy and bonding with it. So that's another part of the modifications that you do. And I'm not saying that all decks need modifications. By all means, a lot of decks do not. But if you feel that you don't like, you know, the borders on something, or you just want to give it a little bit of oomph by giving it a color on the edges, so that maybe when you're doing videos or doing readings, that you can actually fan it out. And it's such a, let me even show you. The picture that it creates is so much better, more pleasing to the eye. Not to mention, if you have shorter hands, shorter fingers, like myself, maybe that's not the right way to do it. You can't see it as much. But anywho, I hope you have enjoyed this video, guys. If so, give me a like, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget the little notification bell. Hit that if you want to be notified of future videos. And I'm wishing you guys always love and light. Thank you so much.